The next stop will be University City Boulevard Station.
Welcome to University City's podcast, where we discuss all things University City. This podcast is brought to you by the City of Charlotte, Truist Foundation, and University City Partners. It's recorded at the beautiful office space of One University Place by the lake here in University City. Hello, this is Keith Stanley. I'm President and CEO of University City Partners, and I am acting as host of the University City podcast. We're going to be focusing really on small businesses that are in University City, and so we hope you can join us for this ride. I want to give a quick shout out to a number of different entities who've made this possible. Of course, the City of Charlotte. Without their support, we wouldn't be here, but also Truist Foundation, and of course, University City Partners as a municipal service district here in University City in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today we have our guest, Mr. James Smith. James, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing well. Doing well. Anytime you get to play outside, the day is always good.
Well, let's talk about that. You talk about playing outside. Can you introduce yourself and your company?
Well, my name's James Smith, and I own a company called MyOutdoorJoy.
Yes.
And what we do is we take beginners and intermediate outdoor people, and we teach them outdoor skills from hiking and camping, backpacking, and scuba on occasion. And we have some outdoor events from hiking all the way up to kickball and scuba diving.
I could ask you, James, how did you get into this line of work? Why'd you decide to open up a business like this?
Well, this is a long time coming. So I've been doing this and volunteering with various organizations. Some cases they were paying me to teach classes, and then a friend of mine said, "This is your space. This is what you do." I'm an electrical engineer by trade. And they said, there is no way. This is what you should be doing. You love it. You love playing outside. You love teaching people. And so that's how it all started. It started with a small group. And, I built one group to 2,500 people. And now this company is taking Charlotte, Mecklenburg, North Carolina by storm.
Let's talk about some of the classes you're offering. You mentioned a couple in our some earlier conversations. I'm pretty excited about what you offer because I think it resonates with our community here in University City. Talk about what you offer.
So for me, what I'm doing is teaching classes on the outdoors. So we teach hiking 101, because one of the things that people often say is, oh, I go hiking all the time. But if I have a hiking question, they tend not to be able to answer it. So what they are doing is they're going out on walks on predefined trails. But if something happened, they'd be in trouble. We're teaching backpacking. We just did a Mother's Day camp out. Where we had 35 people ranging from 14 to 78-ish came on the camp out for a weekend. They took the classes, they came out, they were excited. We go scuba diving every few weeks, and it's an intro to scuba diving. So people are getting experiences that often happen when you have to spend thousands of dollars on vacation, but you can do it here locally. And we're happy to teach people and then to train them. And then recently, one of the local towns hired us to do an emergency preparation class because there was a hurricane 2 weeks ago and the power went out. And most people did not know how to sustain. And it's reflected in the South in the winter when they predict snow. If you got to run to the store to get milk and bread because they predict snow, what happens if we have a real catastrophe, a Katrina or Hugo or anything like that? Teaching those basic skills to have people be prepared all the time.
Can you talk about how this has impacted people as far as their engagement? So, I know there's a certain demographics that really they don't swim. There's certain demographics that really don't hike. And many of us, just in general, there's certain things, especially after COVID, we're just now getting back outdoors. Talk a little bit about how this impacts people.
So here's how it impacts people. So I'm a poster child for people who say they can't do it. So if there's a demographic, a niche that shouldn't be outside, it would be me. I'm overweight, middle-aged, Black, right? This is the demographic. People are like, well, why is he out here? Not realizing I actually am an expert along various fields. And so when people say they can't do it and they give excuses, I'm like, you're looking at a person that would be the ideal person to give an excuse to. So that doesn't work in my world.
That's it.
So part of what we're doing is we're just educating people. I was at an event this morning where literally people were so excited because people want to get out. People want to know what to do when I get out. When they're seeing camping and hiking, and they're seeing all these exotic locations around the world. They want to be a part of that, but somebody's got to teach them.
That's it.
And that's what we're doing.
Started teaching and exposing.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, most people who have had outdoor experiences or don't go outside, it's typically they had a bad experience when they were kids. And so this morning, as I showed a picture of an 80-year-old going skydiving with us, every excuse that these women had just went out the window.
80 years old,
80
skydiving.
years old. She was skydiving with us. She was at the Mother's Day camp out. All these people are learning these things for the first time, and they just want to see what it's like. One of the demographics for us that has been surprising is that we are, as an organization, we have a membership that's probably 80% women across all racial lines, across all economics. And the number one thing they say is, my husband, my boyfriend, they don't do anything. I want to go learn how to do this. And so even this week, we're going to be doing an intro to camping. So we're going to teach people how to set up a tent, because one of the things that I've often said with camping, nothing but a barbecue that you get to stay overnight at.
That's it. That's it.
And if you take that perspective, it's a less intimidating way of looking at camping.
Wow. Well, I would say what's exciting about the work that you do is that as I'm learning this beautiful state, North Carolina, they say east of the Mississippi River, North Carolina has 9 of the highest 10 points as far as elevation
Correct.
in this area. And I bring that up because I think when you talk about hiking and camping, there is a richness of getting out there and connecting with that nature and connecting with those trails and just enjoying fresh air and fresh exercise. Is that helpful for people mentally?
It is. Very rarely will you ever hear me say the word exercise.
Yeah.
I always say we're just going out to have a little fun, right? Because we understand that we're dealing with beginners and intermediate people. They're intimidated by a lot of what they see outside. They hear about it, they hear people talking about it, but they've never done it. So when you're in a group of beginners that are doing something for the first time, it really lowers the stress level. It lowers the intimidation factor for going on a hike. And we don't start off in the mountains. We do a greenway walk every Tuesday. We do some basic things so that people are close to home. Their cars are close to them. And we're doing it in a group environment, which makes them feel comfortable, because what we're seeing is friendships are being developed on, like I call it, stress-free Tuesdays. That's our greenway walk. It's 45 minutes. It's not a distance. 90% of that, we're just talking for 45 minutes on the greenway. And every 6-7 weeks, we switch greenways. So people get to see Mecklenburg County. People get to see Iredell County. And it's a beautiful thing.
Now I got to ask you, I want to switch this just a little bit just to get your insights. You, African-American, Black business owner, any insights on how would you encourage those who are listening and tuning in to us on how to overcome some of the fears and some of the challenges of opening up their business, specifically here in University City?
Yeah, so there are a lot of programs. For those who don't know, University of North Carolina at Charlotte has an entrepreneurial program. So people can obviously go online, find out a little bit more about that, find somebody that's in business, have questions.
Mhm.
Most people are very willing to tell you how they got into business, and don't be afraid to develop your idea. So the first thing I tell people is write down what you want to do. I don't call it a business plan. Write down what you want to do, and then start interviewing people, having questions. Because the thing that happens with most businesses is they go into business, they don't have clients. They don't have clients because you don't fill a need. So you got to find out if you fill a need, and if you fill a need, what are people willing to pay for that need? Because that's why businesses fail.
Has been really insightful. I want to wrap it up here, but I want people to know where they can go to get your information, to understand the product or the services and classes that you provide. Even heard something about fly fishing. And
Absolutely.
so it'd be great to get that. And where do people go? How do they get more information about My Outdoor Joy?
So for us, the website is the place to go. It's MyOutdoorJoy.com. And we are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We have the same name across all of the social platforms. It's MyOutdoorJoy.com. If you go out there, you'll see all kinds of things. Our classes, our descriptions, our events. You'll even see testimonials. You'll see people who are our current clients. We have a page that shows them we've minimized showing our staff because we want to show people who's out there just like them.
I got to ask you,
Sister.
this is key here. If there's a person that's on the fence that's like, I'm a little nervous. I don't know if, I don't want to get bit by an animal. I don't want to hurt myself. What would you say to the person to encourage them to at least check it out?
Well, we have classes, and all our classes are in classrooms. You're not even outsourced. So if you want to learn about camping, come to a camping class. If you want to learn about hiking,
Yes.
we actually do virtual hiking classes. So you can be in your house. You can learn about all these things, but actually not participate in any of the actual events. So come out to a class, see if you like it, answer every question or we can answer any question that you have. One of the things that's important is to know that everybody in the classroom is probably also a beginner or an intermediate. And so there's no question that you're likely to have that we're not going to have fielded in the past.
James, thank you for the time today. I am so excited to hear about the work you're doing, getting people out in the community. I'm really excited that you're a University City business, and we're going to embrace you and make sure people get some information on our social media platforms and other platforms like our podcast here. But it's been great to have a conversation with you today.
Appreciate it. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the University City Partners Podcast. We are a city within a city. Follow us on social media.